You learned the theory in chapter 1. Now it's time to build the muscle memory. In this session, we are doing a reinforcement run of the divide and subdivide method. Understanding the proportions is one thing, but being able to sketch them out quickly and instinctively is what separates a beginner from a professional concept artist. We will replicate the construction of the human figure again, moving faster through the steps to ensure you aren't just memorizing lines, but really internalizing the ratios. In this quick practice, we review the vertical mark, rapidly placing the chin, pec, navel, and crotch lines, the safety checks, verifying the elbow to navel alignment and the knee placement, the width formula, reconfirming the chest cavity size using the rotated head height. Why reinforcement? In a production pipeline, whether for animation or game design, you rarely have time to calculate every inch. By repeating this process, you turn these rules into intuition, allowing you to draw accurate figures without overthinking. Assignment. Grab your stylus or pencil and follow along in real time. Try to match my speed. See you around. Okay. So in this session, what we are going to do is we are going to do whatever we did in the last session one more time, just to reinforce the idea of this study that we're kind of trying to understand, right? So where do we start? So I'll start here. And so I mean, like I like to do, I'll take 2 points and I'll create this line, and then right in the middle, I'll go somewhere in the middle here and mark a X across, and then I'll go down here in the middle again, and this is where the knees are going to come in, go up, and this is possibly the pecs, the chest part. Then we'll go again subdivision one more time, subdividing one more time up, that's the chin part, and then subdivide here, then that's the navel part. If you don't want to do it so big, what you could do is we could just make it like that. Okay, and then following this, what we are going to do is maybe I can change the color a little bit here, and then I'll start by drawing a head shape. Nothing too complex, should be like in oval. And then once I go halfway here, that's where the clavicle point should be, right? And from this division, which is the pec division, we know that this height, if we just invert it and we keep it here, well, that's about where that should be the nipple point, right? And so this is where the clavicle is, in right in the middle here. That's where the chest cavity will start to come out like that. And from the navel point, if we go like one third up, that's where it's going to start to come down towards, and it's going to stop. And then we just roll it a little bit up, and join here. So that's where, I mean, if you see, then this, just for simplification purpose, I can tell you that this is an egg that's getting completed over here. Okay, that's an egg shape. However, we're not going to really make that egg, so we can just quickly erase that. That was just for your understanding. Now, see, these two are the nipple points. So what we'll do is we'll come down here, right? Because this is an important marker, important indicator. And so if we take this, the crotch point, and we take this, the navel point, and if we go like 1/3, we divided this into 3 parts, right? So we understood that this is possibly the place where, the pelvic cavity is going to be. Okay, I'll clean this up a little bit. So this is essentially a juncture. Okay, it's a junction that you have to understand. Now, looking at this part, right? So just at this point, we, I mean, you can be accurate about it. So if this is the division, then we go a little down, and that's where you stop. We go a little down, and that's where you stop. The point where these two intersect, that's the ball and socket joint for the hips. That's where the legs join. Okay. And right above this is where the knees come, and that's where the legs come. Now looking at the hands, where the hands would hang off from, so we have the navel point. So we know that the hands can't be here, right? They have to be hanging out a little away from the chest cavity. So that formula is that you take it from here. Okay. Then you extend this line from here. When you take the clavicle, and you can really put this on an arc, and that's essentially how it's going to come out, and that's where the hands start. Okay, that's the ball and socket joint. That's the ball and socket joint here. And we'll go into all those details, but I'm just guiding you that this is how the pelvic cavity is going to look like at the end. Oh yeah, and then also here, when this ends here, you could just walk like that in the middle of this. Then and it here to show the rear side of this. The elbows, however, are going to be here. That's the formula for that. So with that, we finish this part, and I hope this has been clear to you. I would really insist that you start practicing this and make this, let's say, a system that you understand really well. Okay. So see you in the next session.